Yo, what's going on? APlus's, Nerd Mixes, it's your boy, Indy Uchiha, Mr. Nerd Mix Alpha himself. And yo, I've been waiting on this. Probably the best 8 episodes of television or film or TV or whatever you want to call it that I've watched in a while. Consecutive episodes, man. Stephen Amell, Alexander Ludwig, Hill Season 2. I thought the first season was good. I thought it was lacking some stuff. Look at this. I'm gonna put on the glasses because your boy took notes. I thought the first season was good. Thought it was lacking a little something. Loved the way how they tied wrestling into the story of what's going on. But love how they did the story of what was going on with the family. They did the shock thing, you know what I'm saying, when Tom Spade killed himself to start off the season and just get you into what's going on. This season took a step into being able to tell more backstory for other characters or have more character growth, which I really enjoy with this, especially when it comes to like Mary McCormick's character Willie or Alan's character's Rooster. Stacey Spade got a lot going on in this season. Crystal has a lot going on. Wild Bill's got a lot going on. You got more into the psyche of what was happening with Carol. Even how things were affecting Thomas, Ace's issues, and how he was able to swing around and actually become a good human being. It introduced new characters, which this is what I really love. You have Ricky Rabies, who's played by CM Punk. His wife, AJ Mendez, we all know as AJ Lee, came in to play a character called El Dorado that Ricky Rabies brought in to work with Crystal when some situations happened. Amy Rever, I think that's how you pronounce her last name, Rever. We know her as Allison from the Umbrella Academy. We're waiting for the last season of that to drop. Or did they cancel it? I don't know. I'm waiting on it. Netflix, let me know what's good. Love to see her in something else, especially something like this. Then you had Josh Segarra, who played Adrian Chase in Arrow, coming in playing Rizzo. He's one of the partners, you know what I'm saying, that works with Emmy. You know what I'm saying, and the character that she's playing. So it was interesting. One thing I want to get into, the background that we got on Tom Spade. David James Elliott did an amazing job, especially in the flashbacks when they're showing a lot of more relationship between him and Wild Bill and how that broke up and the way Willie chose to stay with Tom Spade, and that might have been a mistake, because if she would have went with Wild Bill, maybe her life would have been what it would have been. You got Willie dealing with a lot on, I guess, her looking at her life and not being satisfied with her life, and her being able to have more and trying to make a decision on whether she's going to stay with the DWL again or go off and work with Gully, because Gully's trying to get her to the FWD. You know what I'm saying? So already got Rooster, as we know. He's the FWD champion. Is really trying to recruit Crystal and Willie to get them to come over there because of the boom that Crystal has, and they know that Willie was had a lot to do behind that, and that she basically keeps the DWL afloat. So if you take those two people away from the DWL, it's probably going to make, you know what I'm saying, it's probably going to be really hard for Jack and Ace to keep that whole thing afloat without two of the key pieces and what's going on. I want to give a couple of other characters an honorable mention before I get more into what I felt about the show this season, which, come on, man, we got to get more than 8 episodes. The 8 episodes is good. I love the way they compiled the story into 8 episodes, but I guess it's how you want it to be. Shouts out to Stephen Amell and everybody who is on this show, because it left you wanting more, especially with the twist at the end. But I got to give a shout out to my guy Diego, Big Jim, Carol Spade, because she makes you hate her. Like, dead. I don't even want to talk about her, because it just didn't seem good. She felt like it almost came off like she was upset about her not living the life she wanted and them always struggling and stuff like that, and her not getting what she was promised, and she just became bitter, you know what I'm saying, in the end. And I think because of Jack reminded her so much of Tom, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was angry when Tom died and killed herself, like he took the easy way out type deal. So like, I can feel for her, but it's just the way that she came across with it. It kind of made me like, is that what they really want to do? Is that what they want to do? But I digress. Um, One thing I want to point out, I love the way they addressed the way that they didn't want Crystal wrestling, man. She was coming up, she was gonna have matches against guys. We all saw at the end of last season, she became the DWL champion. They did a whole play on it where she won the championship again in a three-way against Jack and Wild Bill. I think it was in a ladder match. And they were setting her up to be the face of the DWL. And then all of a sudden, if y'all remember the character Apocalypse, the black guy, big black guys in season 1, he's all over the news for putting his hands on his wife. It was interesting to me for them to address this and then have to have Crystal step back because of the image that was going to happen of men, you know what I'm saying, beating up women because she was going to be a face and everybody else was going to be heels, you know, the heels that she was going to be wrestling. So for them to do the dynamic and decide to strip her of the belt but give her a woman's title and then bring in somebody like AJ Mendez to play El Dorado to face her so she had competition what's going on, brilliant. I love the writing of that aspect and bringing in stuff that happens in the real world, you know what I'm saying, and writing into that storyline because it makes it so believable and it just makes you feel like you're tied into having to when something happens in the real wrestling world, you know what I'm saying, WWE, AEW, and they have to figure out how to write and pivot around something that happens. Just seeing the background of them having to deal with that was very interesting to me. Now, the people that stood out in this season to me the most, this is personally to me, so I hope nobody gets, you know what I'm saying, upset because there's call outs, there's shout outs all over the place because everybody did, you know what I'm saying, they dang job. But Stacy, Rooster, and Crystal, to me, did the most for me, you know what I'm saying, in these 8 episodes. Understanding more about the bitterness that Rooster had with Jack and the DWL because Rooster is a top tier talent and how he knew he was never going to be a champion in the DWL. Why they just didn't make another belt, I don't know, and make him the face, but the way he's thriving, you know what I'm saying, in the other company and the way and the acknowledgement that he gives Jack going through the situation they're going through, knowing that Jack is a good writer, knowing that Jack knows how to run a good show, but letting him know like we could have almost been something. You know what I'm saying? You had me right there and you wrote around me all the time. You never wrote me into the spot that I'm in right now. And if you would have did that, I probably would have still, you know what I'm saying, like been with you or whatever. Was interesting because he knew Jack had heat, especially when he was writing in promos, when he was coming out shooting. Amazing to me. The way they wrote in the Crystal defection to have her go join the FWD was really good. The twist at the friggin' end, guys. The twist at the end to have Rooster and Crystal not want to jump on, you know what I'm saying, the condemned and beat him down, who is now Ace Spade's new character, and then to actually have the turn of Jack Spade turning because of the whole big rivalry between what happened. We all know last season when Jack showed up, punched Gully in the mouth, you know what I'm saying, because Gully was trying to take Ace from him. And then Gully came into this season suing Jack. And in order for Jack not to be sued, they had to run a cross promotion. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like WCW versus WWE, you know what I'm saying? Or ECW one night stand type thing. And Gully wanted, you know what I'm saying, him to book Rooster over Ace. And the whole time you're thinking Ace is just gonna lay down and take it from Rooster. You never would have thought that what Jack wrote was him defecting to the FDW, FWD, whatever it's called. Y'all know what it is. And him denouncing the DWL, and then Crystal and Rooster and Ace actually being the ones who are the, you know what I'm saying, the good guys. I mean, like, the twist got me. I did not see it coming. I'm a wrestling enthusiast, and for you guys here on APlus that like wrestling, we are starting a wrestling podcast. As you see, we had the Royal Rumble video up. We did the the picks for the pay-per-views every once in a while, but we're getting ready to load up a lot of wrestling content with Attila here. So it's only right with the success of Heels, you know, that we do this. I mean, yo, I don't know. I just love this show so much. Diego making the podcast, him and Wild Bill having their issues, Wild Bill just turning over a new leaf and letting go of his bitterness that he had with Tom to understand what they're building here, not just being because won't nobody else accept him where he goes and that he screwed over all his money and stuff like that, but him being able to really feel like he's building something, he's loving something. You seeing his character open back up and not be so closed off, and then it's at the end of the episode you see him, you know what I'm saying? You get a couple of instances where he's grabbing at his heart or something like that. So something might be them hinting to something that's going to be in the next season, where something might be wrong with him. Can Willie, can Ace, can Jack, can Crystal, can Diego, can they deal with something happening to a character like Wild Bill, who has inspired them to be the best that they can be? I mean, come on, man. Come on. And then Stacy learning from, you know what I'm saying, them being split up because of issues with family, and then her coming forefront and stepping more into the family business and learning everything that Tom did that was kind of like shady, and what Willie has to do to keep the DWL afloat, and taking part of that to try to make sure it works. And the dude that plays Gully be hitting it out the park. I just love this. And then the fact that Rizzo and his girl, they want to put, you know what I'm saying, wrestling on their network, and them not telling the two companies that they want both of the companies to merge, and seeing the success of them having like this one-off event and what it could be, you know what I'm saying, streaming live, it makes sense. You can have two rivaling companies, you know what I'm saying, that come together every year, you know what I'm saying, and feud, and every year their WrestleMania is them, you know what I'm saying, having that, or the Survivor Series, which probably fitted more, you know what I'm saying, having that is just really, really, really good. This show is off the chain. Watching Jack realize that maybe punching somebody in the mouth isn't the answer, and seeing the consequences to the actions he had, whether he felt like he was in the wrong or not, that violence isn't the answer to solve every problem. And then the caveat at the end with David James Elliott character Tom Spade talking to Jack, telling him that you have your role, leave the high flying, because he was trying to do like a shooting star press or something like that until about the phone, and him wanting to do what he wanted to do, you know what I'm saying, and Tom Spade trying to tell him, no, look, we are who we are. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. You're great at what you do. Don't try to be doing what everybody else do. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. Be a master of who you are. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way we're gonna eat. And then him going up to Ace, you know what I'm saying, and going up to do that extra move and pulling off that shooting star press, right? And then he's supposed to get up and have Ace take the fall because it's a fall count nowhere, but then he can't get up because he can't feel his legs because he hurt himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's lessons and it's deepness. I mean, the writing on this show, I feel, doesn't get enough credit for, you know what I'm saying, what we're seeing on the TV. It's just so good. If you guys haven't watched it, please go check it out. I feel it's the best thing I personally watched on television this year. This is like Ahsoka episode 5, you know what I'm saying, in 8 episodes telling a story. The storytelling on this is great. The acting on this is great. The background music is good. The foreshadowing to what we're gonna see in the future, the flashbacks to the past, it's just good television, and I urge you guys to check it out. So if you like Heels and you want to talk more about it, meet me in the comments. Leave a comment below. I'd love to have this conversation with you guys. Let me know what you think about having more wrestling content on the page. We can have Power Rangers, comic books, wrestling, you know what I'm saying? It's all nerdy geek pop culture, you know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy. Until next time, this is your man, Indie Uchiha, Mr. Nerd Mix out for himself. Make sure you guys follow me at Nerd Mix Music on Instagram. Follow us right here at APlus Opinions. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know every time we drop new content. If you haven't watched Heels Season 1 and 2, it's worth the subscription to Stars to go check it out. Holla at your boy. Indie out.